Good morning, everyone. Just done my nails, look at them. For my Saturday video, I thought it would be sparkly blue. Right, let me get the chat up. Hey, where are we? 7. There. Pip, good morning. Good morning, lovely Pip. Good morning. Did you watch the groundhog yesterday? Wait a minute to clean my glasses. Did anybody watch Phil yesterday? I did. Do you know, I'd missed all the celebrations before Phil, so I had to go back and find another channel that had it all on it, because I like all the build up to Phil. So we've got 6 more weeks of winter, if you didn't know. 6 more weeks of winter. Our winter's not started yet here in Scotland. This is not. Sky, good morning. Good morning, my Sky. Good morning. Good morning. I'm excited. The big telly's going on tomorrow. The Olympics start, and I absolutely love the Winter Olympics. In particular, I love the curling. That's because I'm an old lady. And the Scottish girls are good at the curling, so hopefully they can win a medal for the UK. Wonder many medals we'll get. And there's a wee girl, I think she comes from Glasgow as well, and it was a shame. The last Winter Olympics, she was a speed skater, and she almost won a gold. She was getting to the line and somebody nudged her and she fell and she was breaking her heart. It was a wee shame. Linda, good morning to you. You're going to your bed. I hope you have sweet dreams. I hope you dream of something nice. So I do. Look at my nails, everyone. They're sparkly. It's for my video on Saturday. I wanted to be sparkly for you. Because I've got new products. I've got my new palette. I'm going to put on these and stuff like that on Saturday. And I really, I enjoy it. See, my Saturday makeup videos is my favourite. I still love them. I still love getting it all ready and then sitting doing my makeup and then sitting doing yours. It's a wee thing I like to do. Yes, I've heard of tonsillitis. In fact, I think, was it Sophie or Amanda? I think it may have been Amanda. I think it may have been Amanda that had tonsillitis. It's really, I know it's really sore, Sky. I don't know if you've got to get, thank you, Linda. I don't know if you've got to get antibiotics for that, but I remember we used to gargle with salt water. This is an old remedy. You probably get something for it these days, but we used to get salt water and put it in our mouth and go and gargle as if it's like mouthwash, and spit it out, because the salt is a natural antiseptic. Is that the word? Yeah, and it's I know it's really sore. I know it's really sore. In fact, my brother, when he was younger, he used to take tonsillitis all the time, and they had to eventually take him in and take his tonsils out. So he got his tonsils out when he was dead young, and when he came home, I wasn't happy, right? I was jealous. When my brother came home from hospital, he got to eat ice cream all day, and I never got ice cream all day. It was a special thing for him. Yes, you can get, as I say, my brother got his out. Linda, my brother got his out, oh, he must have been about 9 or something like that, 9 or 10. He got his tonsils out. But he got to eat ice cream all day and I never, and I was awful jealous. Wee shame for my brother getting his tonsils. Now I was like, I want ice cream. Yes, this is it, Pip. See, if you get it all the time, you really need to get them out. You really need to get them out. But try the remedy I'm saying. It's an old person's remedy, but salt water, gargle with it as if it's mouthwash, and spit it out. And it tastes nasty, right? But it's good. It's good for you. So that's what we used to do in the olden days. In the days of old. I've not even opened my blinds this morning. So my jacuzzi's still broke. It's actually broken, the jacuzzi. So I've done 50 lengths today. Done 50 lengths. And guess what I've got this afternoon? A smear test. I've got a smear test this afternoon. But listen, ladies, always remember and get your smear test done. I mean, nobody likes getting it done. I'm not looking forward to this at all, but it can save your life, and it's every 3 years. So remember, ladies, get your checkups and your mammograms and all the rest of it. It's really, really important. Is that what it is, Linda? I knew that when, as I said, when we were wee, it would be salt water that your parents would give you to gargle, and it was nasty and all that. But it's it done something to your throat. That and like we've got sweeties in the UK called soothers and lockets. People know these. Lockets are like a hard shell, and inside is honey. So you soak them, right? You soak them and it helps. And then when it breaks open, the honey's warm. And when the honey goes down, it kind of coats your throat. So I don't know what they've got in France, if they've got lockets or soothers in France, Sky, but try and get something like that just to ease the pain a little bit. But I would maybe go and see the doctor as well, just to be on the safe side. I'd maybe make a wee appointment just to get it checked out. Or see if it's bad tomorrow. Get a wee doctor's appointment for Monday or something like that. Celia, good morning, good morning. Oh, Celia, I say I'm not looking forward to it. But they have got a wee picture now of dolphins and that on the ceiling, so you can look at the dolphins while it's all getting done. Oh yeah, I would never miss a point. It's the same as this bloody CT scan I've got to go for. I've got to do it. I've got to do it. But still no baby as well. No baby yet. Still no baby. We're over 40 weeks now. Come on, Manda. Manda, come on now. Manda's playing. Manda's playing with us. Yes, whiskey. That's right. Whiskey as well. A wee dram. They used to call it a wee dram. No, they used to call it a hot toddy. A hot toddy, and they would heat the whiskey up. They would heat the whiskey up so it was warm whiskey that you would drink. They used to give that to children, right? They used to give it. Forget the age of being able to drink, like 18. Forget that. See, if your child back in the day, not me, I never done this, but back in the day, they used to heat up a wee drop of whiskey like that. I mean, it wasn't enough to get you drunk or anything, but we drop, and children used to knock one back. Back that was back in the day. That'd be frowned upon. Our father cracking open a bottle of whiskey and getting a wee drum like that and saying to their child, "Here, knock that back." He'd be like, "Here, a minute, I'm phoning the CPS on you." Yes, heat it up, Sky. Heat it up. I know, Celia, can be. Michelle, good morning, lovely Michelle, good morning. Honey is good. Celia, I don't know, do you have lockets over there? They're sweeties. Lockets, they're called. And they're like in a hard shell. And you soak them, right? And then see when they crack open, it's honey inside. And the warm honey goes down your neck and soothes. Yes, Michelle, they used to do that as well. They used to rub whiskey on your gums when you were teething and stuff like that. It's seen you think it. See when you think it, that's frowned upon these days. You don't do that now. But back in the day, listen, we were all licking lead paint off our cots, for God's sake. I mean, we were licking the paint off the cots, the lead paint. We're lucky. See, our generation, we're lucky to be alive, really, when you think it. Do you like? See, I like lockets as well. I like lockets. I'll tell you a true story, right? Don't judge me, right? This is, swear to God, this is a true story as well. And it was back when I was about 18 or 19. I wasn't married yet, but we were engaged at the time, right? And me and my ex-husband had went somewhere, right? And we were smoking illegal cigarettes. Don't be doing it, right? It's not legal, but we were back in the day, right? A lot of them. A lot. And I always had like packets of lockets in my bag. And I must have had about 4 packets of lockets in my bag, right? So we were coming home. And the two of us had the munchies. We were waiting on the bus, right? Because neither of us could drive yet. We were waiting on the bus to come home. And we had the munchies. And here the two of us tore into these lockets. Four packets of lockets we ate waiting on the bus. See, when we breathed in, it was painful. It was so fresh. It was sore. You know, it was cold and sore. We'd burnt the nose and throat off ourselves. We were. It was like, see if you menthol, menthol cold sharp. That's what it was like. Munchies back in the day, guys. I was a naughty girl. What can I say? Do you not like Pip? Do you like soothers then? Because soothers are good. My favourite soothers is the cherry ones, and again they're kind of like lockets. They've got a hard shell, and then they crack open and it's like cherry juice, and it coats your throat. Ah. Celia, do you know what I got in the hospital there? Do you know what I got in the hospital? And it wasn't good. See, but before, and I took it like a man because I never got sedated. The thing down my throat, right? I was like, forget sedation, then just whack it in. See, before they put the tube down your throat, he sprayed my throat with this stuff, right? And do you know, it tasted like rotten bananas. I swear to God. And I was like, and he went, "Do you taste rotten bananas?" I was going, "Aye." He says, "That's the flavour of it." Can you not make something minty? Minty would be better than rotten bananas, but that's what it tasted like. But it did numb the throat. That doesn't help though when you've got a big tube all the way down like that. See, when I looked up and I could see him doing that, I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have looked. The cherries, they're my favourite, the cherry soothers. Here, I've got something in my bloody eye. The cherry soothers are my favourite, but I do love the lockets, hence the whole Munchies episode. Munchies. And that's all we had to eat was lock. And I was a wee thin thing. I was only 7.5 stone back then. One day I'll be back to 7.5 stone. I'm going to do it. I like my food too much. Yes, guys, see, we've got experience here. We've got, and I've got a lot of experience of what not to do, things not to do in life, right? Not to do. Don't be having munchies and eating all these lockets because they'll tell you it's sore when you breathe. Fresh. We were like that. We were like that in the bus. Our eyes were watering. 4 packets. That's 2 packets each within 10 minutes or something like that. 2 packets each of lockets with it. Ah, the good old days, eh? Good old days, man. But we never had a care in the world back then. We were still staying in our parents' houses and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? We paid the dig money and we thought, God, having to pay dig money. Listen. Ah, I know that ginger has got a lot of healing properties. I know, Michelle, there we were, waiting in the bus. Empty bottom buyers would be like, Jesus, what's the smell of lockets? We were fresh, I tell you. But that was a bad case because we had a lot of the cigarettes that night. And I think we were doing other stuff. I think we were doing something called hot knives. We were doing a thing called hot knives, and we were doing also buckets, things called buckets. We were doing all that, so we were. That was back in the day. I mean, the Pink Floyd. No, it wasn't even Pink Floyd. Do you know what we were listening to while we were doing that? I could, because I always remember it. The Cure. We had The Cure on, so we did while we were doing all that kind of stuff. It was great fun, no? Happy me, that's happy me. See, every time I listen to The Cure, that's what I think. I'm thinking, God, mind you, hot knives and buckets. coming home and my mum going, what's up with your eyes? And I'm going, absolutely nothing, mum. What do you mean, what's up with my eyes? Out my face. Oh, good days. But none of us, we didn't even drive at the point because we got a bus home, so aye, that was me. Look, I'm telling you, I was a bad lassie. It's not as if I'm pretending. Nobody can come on here and go, she's pretending she was a good girl. No. Santa knows. Oh. Oh, poor Pip. Oh, no, Amanda's the same. Amanda's in terrible pain. And I'm starting to worry about her. To be honest, I'm starting to worry about her. She's not looking good. I don't want to say this. I hope she's not listening, but she's not looking good. She's not looking well. You know what I mean? She's kind of lost her wee glow because I think it's just getting too much for her now. This baby needs to be born. Um, she's so heavy and sore and swollen and everything, and I wish I could help, and there's nothing I can do, and I'm like, oh my god, my poor darling. The only thing I can do is tell her it's not going to be long. It's just keep thinking that it's not going. That it can't last another fortnight, so it'll be here within a couple of weeks anyway. I'm hoping it's today. I'm hoping it's today. Love Sass, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning. In Toronto, that's the place to go for the cigarettes I was talking about a minute ago that we're not allowed to smoke here in Scotland. I'd listen. See, I'm telling you, if it was legal here, I would be I'd be getting the wee edible things because I think it would help my back because my back's sore again. Look, that's me pushing a shopping trolley around Asda. That's all it takes is for. See if I get one of the trolleys, which I always do, that the wheel's not right, and the trolley's going that way, and you're trying to push your shopping trolley, and it's going that way, and you're like, it's a constant wrestle with the trolley. You feel as if you've had a workout when you come home. That was what my trolley was like, so my back's a bit sore. Yes, our due date was yesterday, Sky. Our due date was the 2222. Our due date, we're now on 3. I was hoping to be born in 2 because my birthday's on a 2. They'd been like, see, Granny's boy. We just want him now. And I'm wanting him because I'm worried about Mandy. She's our world. So my babies are my absolute world. And seeing one of them suffers is like, but even with Sophie, seeing your child suffers the worst. Love has it. They need to make it legal here. I mean, as I say, it's bloody stupid. See, if anything, alcohol should be banned if they look at it. What's worse? Because people have fights on alcohol, right? There's a lot of fighting going on when people are sauced up, right? But see if people are smoked up, they're all like, hey man, hey, give us a kiss. Peace and love. Oh Pip, I'm hoping that you're not the same as her. Oh no. Oh. Pip, I had Sophie at 37 weeks. I was 37. In fact, I started getting the contractions at 36 weeks with Soph. So they kept me in the hospital for a full week before, just to give me that other week to make me 37 weeks, and then they let me go and I went into full blown labour. They do come out. Get out. But he's a big boy, and I'm thinking, I wonder if she's going to get sectioned. That's going through my mind as well. I've not said to her, but she'll be thinking it herself. Michelle, that's exactly the same. I was over like the whole week, and then I was like 18 and a half hours of absolute agony with Soph, and it was forceps. And with Amanda, right, I'd been in, and I'm sitting like that, and I'm saying to him, right, you need to give me an epidural. You need to give me an epidural. I was going, oh, they were going, are you pushing? I'm going, no. Are you pushing? And I was going, no, let's just have a look, Linda. 10 centimetres dilated. Oh, no. I was like, give me pain relief. No, your baby's going to be born soon. I'm going, he's a lying. He's a lying. No, no, lie back and push. 3 hours for the first contraction, my Amanda. She ran out with that lassie and then peed on a nurse. And we thought, we're in trouble here. And we were right. She was a tricky child. she's a tricky adult. She's a tricky adult now. Oh, my babies. Oh, it won't be long. I can't wait to see his wee face and all that. Do you know what I mean? He's a real wee boy. It's a real wee boy. It's real, isn't it? It's real. It's a real boy. And then, of course, when he's older, we'll be getting up to all sorts up in this house. We'll be doing all sorts of great things. And Golfer Girl got him his wee kilt, his wee kilty cold bum, we call them. So he'll have his wee kilty on at Christmas and New Year. He'll have his wee kilt. And his daddy's got a kilt, so that's going to be a beautiful picture. See, we can get a picture of his daddy and him in their kilts. That's going to be gorgeous. I'll need to get that picture. His wee kilty, but no ski and do down his leg. If you know what a ski and do is, a little knife that Scotsmen see when they've got their big long socks. If you look, they've got this ski and do, they call it, down their sock. This knife. It's never like a sharp, jaggy knife, but it's like a symbol of something, right? But they've always got a knife down their sock. But he won't have a knife because it'll be a jaggy. It'll be an eye poker. Shad, good morning to you. Good morning. Thank you for coming in. There's my Golfer Girl. Good morning. Yeah, so he'll have his wee culty that Golfer Girl got on. He'll have that on at Christmas. Yes, he's got the wee sporran and everything. He's got the wee spor. I don't know what he's going to put in it. He'll need to have some sweeties or something he's going to have in it. He's got his wee sporran, he's got his wee kilt, and he's got the lovely wee shirt that's got the holes with the tie thing. So he's all kitted out like a real wee Scotsman. That's what he's going to be. Oh, here, and a good Celtic football man as well. And what a match it was last night, by the way. I'm not rubbing it in, but Celtic won 3-0 last night to Rangers. It was a good match. It was a good day. We're top of the league again. So it's all round. It's been a good day. I'm not rubbing it in, any Rangers fans. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Yeah, I could do. Well, saying that, he would maybe swallow it, Michelle. I'd need to think, but when he put something in it, maybe a wee toy or something, I don't know. Oh, Brummy accent, Pip. He'll have an awesome accent. My family came from Coventry and Bristol, and they had a nice accent. It's a different accent. It's not like the London accent that you hear in the telly. They had a really nice like farmer kind of accent. I always thought when I was a wee girl. But I remember going to Coventry Centre, and they've got a big clock. I remember that. I must have been about 8 or something. A big clock, and Lady Godiva goes round it. And if you don't know, Lady Godiva rode through the streets of Coventry naked on a horse with just her hair to cover her modesty. Is it, Pip? That's where my relatives stay, in Coventry and Bristol, and one of them got married right next to that big long suspension bridge. Is that the name of it? The big long one? One of the relatives got married there and they've got their wedding pictures and stuff like that. So, but I remember going to their house. Oh God! And we were at the time we were really poor. Do you know what I mean? And we stayed in a house in Easterhouse. It was in Glasgow, and we were in this close, and we were in the middle level and stuff like that. We shared a room, me and my brother and stuff, and we went down to Coventry to have a week with the relatives down there. And see, when I went down there, and they had a big beautiful house, me and my brother couldn't believe it. You know what I mean? And they had a dining room. We'd never seen a dining room in our lives, right? And they had a dining room and a beautiful big table, and on the table they had all the food out like that. We could not go. It was like Christmas, And I remember they had a garden. We never had a garden. We had the back, right, that we used to play in. And they'd flowers. And I remember looking at what I thought, are you growing onions? And it wasn't, it was a bulb. It was a flower bulb, but I'd never seen that before. I remember thinking that they were planting onions out the back. So, I mean, it was a good memory. It was like, wow, it was as if we'd been into Buckingham Palace or something like that, you know, coming from where we were. They should put more Brummies on the telly. I love that accent. I love that accent. And my beautiful friend Moomin as well. She's my English Rose. I always call her Moomin, my English Rose. She stays in Somerset, but she likes to call it Somerset because they're Zummers. And she says it's like, mind the guys that used to sing, I've got a combine harvester and I'll give you the key. That song, right, it's their accent. The Wurzels or something they were called. She says she's got an accent like that. They should have real people, this is it, have real folk on the telly for God's sake. It's just as well we've got YouTube. I've not, the telly will be on tomorrow, but I've not, that's the only time the telly is on. It's like the Olympics or football or tennis. I usually have it on at tennis as well. I like to watch the tennis. So today's just waiting for this bloody appointment. I wish it was early so I could have went up and get this over and done with. But I'll just need to wait. 12:30. Do you know what? I'll need to start filling in my wee form for my therapist because I've only filled a couple of things in, and the last thing I filled in was the other day we used, and it was, I'm very frustrated at the moment. That was my last one. So I'm going to be doing this. I'll need to do that. I'll do that today as well. Poppy watch. They should have the Real Housewives say the scheme, Michelle. They should have the Real Housewives of the scheme. Did you watch? Did any of you watch that? See if you haven't watched that, you'll find it on YouTube. The Scheme, it's called, right? It's great. That's the real Scotland. That's the real Scotland. And there's a guy called Marvin on it, and he's coming home with his girlfriend, right? And he's got his farm foods bags. Know how I go to farm foods? His farm foods bag. And they say, "How are you, Marvin?" And he says, "Happy as Larry, could not be happier." Like that, it was great. And that's the real, that's the real Scotland. I mean, it's a lassie gets punched in the face bad, so she does. She gets a right punching, so she did. She's out, and then these two lassies are going talking trash to her, you know that. And she was going, "What?" And so the two lassies come out, and the camera guy's still filming this. And that one lassie just punches her on the jaw like that. Take that, punches her. So the lassie comes out of the house and she's crying and she's going, "Oh, just wait till I get the tag off my leg. I'll show them I'm no a dafty." She was saying, "Wait till I get my tag off there for it when I get the tag off." That's the Scotland. And by God, listen, I'm from Glasgow and I had a hard time sometimes understanding what they were saying. I had a hard. In fact, Kerry, you know how Kerry I told you about that was in Cortonvale that stormed into that lassie's room that had battered the wee old person. She's in it, right? She's a. Look, subtitles. I need subtitles for her. I'm like, what? Diana's Marvin's bird, and there's a bit as well, Michelle, that we laugh at, and it's when one of the wee boys comes over and had said. And Dana goes last. He came over and he went, "I've shagged Marvin's bird." I've shagged, but she was doing that at her groin region. So we were laughing like hell with that. We were like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" And there's a boy running away for the police, and the police are at a woman's house, right? And this boy's climbing out the window, the bedroom window. He's climbing out. I tell you, The Scheme is called. Listen, see if you want watch it, but I would advise you to put the subtitles on. But even then, the subtitles are going to have a hard time. We had a hard time understanding it. We're from Scotland. I wonder how they're all doing, Michelle. I mean, that was a good few years ago. I wonder if Marvin and Dana are still together. It was wee Stevie. Wee Stevie's mum and dad decided, you know what, we're going on holiday. F you, Stevie. You're going out you go. You're not getting left in the house. When I couldn't leave him in the house because I'd come home and all my furniture would be sold. Right, so she perhaps wee Stevie just gets to roam about for 2 weeks. They don't even care. I'd be like, have you got somewhere to stay? Who are you staying with? If you get money to survive for 2 weeks? They're all like, just there you go. You go and do something for 2 weeks. We're away to Santa Ponza. Sky, this is it. Look, some of them, I mean, I'm good with most of it, but Kerry's a different kettle of fish, so she is. Kerry, I don't know what Kerry's talking about. Wee Mad McMahon, Marvin, and I don't know. Wee McMarvin, mad weight man. Like, all this, and I'm going, what? What does that mean? Yeah, I know, I just left it. Out you go. Out you go. Imagine me with my son, Peter. Peter, I'm away on holiday. Out you go. You're not staying in the house. Not even asking, but who you staying with or anything like that? You going to be okay? No? Out you go. And then Michelle, can you mind the story? There's an incident, right? This couple that used to be heavy on the drink, right? They used to be heavy on the drink. And they're no longer heavy on the drink, right? So they're reminiscing about days gone by. And she's saying to her man, here, mind the day my sister was out. Her sister's blind. Mind the day my sister was out and me and you were having a fight and I took a bottle and smashed it over your head and he took a bottle and smashed it over my head and there was glass everywhere and it was all over my sister and everything. And they were laughing. I was like, that's quite a disturbing story right there. And they're laughing. That's a bit disturbing, that. Glass all over the poor lady that can't see. My God. I tell you, Scotland. You saw, see, I've ruined it for you now. I've ruined Scotland for you. You all wanted to come here as a holiday. Now you're like, questioning it. Maybe we shouldn't. Or if you are, go to Edinburgh, the touristy areas. By God, don't come to the Scheme. Oh, Cockneys for London. I love a Cockney accent. I love all the Cockney slang and all that. They've got all this Cockney slang. Michelle, that was a disturbing story. Eh? She was going, I smashed a bottle over his head and he smashed a bottle over my head and there was glass everywhere. She was laughing. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And there was a racist quote as well, but I'm not even going to mention that. But their older boy went to court. He was allegedly saying some racial things to a shop owner. And she came out of court and she went, they gave him the full whack. They gave him the full whack. And then she repeated what allegedly had said. And I would never say that, but it was bad. So it's just life for normal people. But there's some poor people in it that have got drug problems and stuff like that, and it's a shame. And you see how they live their lives, and it's a shame. One of the boys takes an overdose and stuff like that. And you know the thing that I get, he takes an overdose and the ambulance guys come in and they give you something, I don't know what it is, an injection to stop the opioids in your blood or something. And he was angry. See, when he came round, he was angry because they took him out his hit or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I thought, it's sad. That's sad. I don't think it's Yorkshire. I think Cockney's London. Cockneys for London. They're all like who am I going to compare it to? Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins. That was London as well. Oh, you just googled it. Golfer girl, you should go to YouTube, right, and type in the scheme, right, and when it comes up, have a wee listen to that. As I said, we're from here, and I was like, what did she just say? I don't know what she said there. It shows you some shocking things, some poor people. But I tell you, I'd rather watch that than the Housewives of New York. Do you know what I mean? They're all going about with their Louis Vuittons and stuff like that. I'm watching the folk that are going about with a wee bag of you know what in their pocket. I'm watching all that. But they should do a scheme. In fact, Michelle, can you remember they were going to do a scheme too, but they couldn't because somebody was in court. There was a court case or something happening, and they couldn't do it. Because I'd like to know where they all are today. I think everybody would. There was a wee dog called Bullet. That'll have passed on now, I presume. Michelle, it's an eye opener. It was an eye opener for us, but John Wheeler, we all know that's just typical. That's just typical life. Typical life. But you don't see it on the telly, so it was refreshing to see it. See, Marvin, I know Marvin was in... wait till I tell you about Marvin, right? Marvin's... As I said, Marvin had a wee dog called Bullet, right? So the wee dog runs away one day and he's going, Bullet, Bullet. And he's chasing the dog, Bullet. You see Marvin chasing the dog. And then it comes up, Marvin has been arrested. He had £150 worth of tablets on him. He got stopped with the police because he was running about. Police searched him and found all these narcotics on him. So he got done for that. I was thinking, what did he do? Why has he got them on him? Why has he got all this on him? Why has he not got it in his house? Or wherever they plank them under a stone in the garden or something. I don't know. But there you are. He chased Bullet, but he had all that £150 or something worth of gear on him. He got stopped with the police. Oh, see, we shouldn't really laugh, but I mean that was quite funny. Some of it's drastically sad, but other bits is hilarious. Other bits is absolutely hilarious. That was the same day. But see, there's domestic violence in it as well. There's everything in this bloody show, everything. And allegedly, Dana had said that Marvin had kicked her or something like that, you know. And she was on camera, and she takes methadone, and she was on camera, and she was saying, so I just told them, it's either me or the blues. That's a drug. It's either me or the blues. And he chose me. He's never going to touch the blues again. And I'm thinking, God, hen, get out the relationship. See, if a man kicks you, that's it. That's it, you're out. Don't ever put up with that. Don't ever think that you've got to put up with that. People are worth more than that. But I said to him, it's me or the blues, she said. Shame. I don't know why they would want it. Apparently the blues bring you down. Wouldn't you want that? Yeah, the Monk's Wine Sky, see, I told you. See, I don't lie on this channel. I tell you 100. I tell you 100 on this channel. You need your Monk's Wine when you're going about Glasgow. You've got to have your Monk's Wine and all that. See, you're a wee dafty, by the way. Swig. See, I can talk, Ned. I can talk. See, if somebody gets me angry, the Ned comes out in me. See, I suppress it usually. Usually I suppress the Ned in me, but sometimes I get riled up and the wee Ned comes out. And you give it all that with your head. Who are you talking to? You know, you give it like the chicken neck like that. What are you saying? Michelle, I know I see them walking by. It's a fashion statement. It's like a Louis Vuitton. You see, guys, it's like a Louis Vuitton. A bottle of Monk's Wine is like a Louis Vuitton here. That's what they like to show off. Do you want a bag for that one? No, I don't want a bag for it. I want to show the world that and it's illegal to drink outside and stuff like that. So they don't care as if they care about the law. They walk by my window because the wee shop's just down there. So they walk by my window like 10 o'clock, and they've got ghetto blasters, and do you know what they listen to? Diss music, diss, and all it is somebody making up songs, rapping about other schemes that we don't get on with, that fight with each other, and it's just like dissing you. I'm dissing you. You're an asshole. D. Like that's just dissing music, and no doubt in that scheme they'll have dissing music for us. So this is what they are. What series was it? I missed Golf Girls. See, sometimes I miss the comments. Right. Oh, Happy Valley. I've not seen that one. Yeah, that's the same comment, but I hadn't read it all. Beth, good morning, lovely Beth. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing good. We're all fine. Sky's got a bit of a sore throat, but we're remedying that. We're telling her what to do about that. I've got a procedure this afternoon I'm not looking forward to, so I'll just need to lie back and think of Scotland. let her batter in. There you go, nurse. So honestly, you should watch this. Watch the scheme. That gives you a honour. We still watch it. We still watch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my god! But that's just like, or that's just like people that we know. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is here. I don't know about in Edinburgh. I don't know about Edinburgh. Aye, Beth, that's what we're talking about. You need. I said to him, it's me or the blues, and he chose me. But we like that. We like the one that he goes. That she goes. I just shagged Marvin's bird. And she went, and when she got a punch in the face, she went, oh, see when I get this tag off. See when I get this tag off, I'm going to show them I'm no a dafty. When you get the tag off, it's class. Absolute class. Absolute class. When I get this tag off, there for it, she was saying. Oh, listen, as I said, you'll need the subtitles, I think. It's just life for us. It's just normal for us. But is there, as soon as Sky put it on, the Monk's Wine makes an entrance. That's a big thing in Scotland, is the Monk's Wine. In fact, I was laughing with a checkout operator yesterday because we were laughing about the Co-op wine that was going into 10 Downing Street. And I said, look, see at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if I seen Boris sitting out the back on the Wayne's swing set slugging a bottle of Monk's Wine. That'd be funny. Oh, I would love to see that picture. That'd be good. Ah, we were just talking about her, Beth. And yeah, she ended up getting. She was the one that they went on holiday, and they just said to their son, "Listen, we're going to Santa Ponsa for 2 weeks. You just need to go and find somewhere to stay." And parked him out of the house. Apparently, she got sepsis and her limbs amputated. Oh, Beth, I would love to have a catch-up show just to see where they all were and stuff. But Marvin became a bloody celebrity, by the way. Marvin couldn't go in. People were asking for Marvin's autograph. That's him. It was happy as Larry. Could not be happier. So now we're all saying happy as Larry. I'm happy as Larry. We're all saying it. We're all saying happy as Larry. He's a star. He's a Scottish star, is Marvin. Marvin is a star. Marvin should get a YouTube channel. That's what Marvin should do. And his teeth were all bad. I don't know if it was with drugs or anything like that, but his teeth were all bad. And somebody paid to get his teeth all beautiful. He's got beautiful gnashers now. Beautiful. Oh, Pip, see, you would love to come up here, Pip, and go to one of the distilleries. And take a wee swig at some of the whiskies. My dad is a whiskey person. He doesn't really drink now though, but my dad, and a connoisseur, I suppose you would say. My dad um, liked whiskey, just on its own, no water, no ice, nothing like that, just whiskey to try it. Um, Carly, good morning to you. I hope you're doing good. So he likes like a good whiskey, my dad. And then I remember one Christmas I bought my bottle of whiskey, and it was the cheapest whiskey I could get because I'm a broke bitch. What can I say? And I gave it to him. I says, "Have a wee half, Dad." And he went, "Did you put water in this?" And I said, "No, Dad, it's straight from the bottle." But he could tell just by tasting it wasn't a good whiskey. It tasted watered down to him. But he likes the good stuff. Manda likes Jack Daniels. She likes it, and she likes the spicy. Is it spicy Jack Daniels? Fiery Jack Daniels? I know there's fiery Iron Brew. We need some fiery Iron Brew. I just have normal Iron Brew, but fiery Iron Brew is meant to be great. Ooh, you've been to a few distilleries. I know that it smells like hops or something like that, doesn't it? It smells funny, distilleries. Or is that a brewery? Oh, I can't remember. I've never been to one. See, if it was a Monk's Wine thing, I'd be there trying everything. Oh, let me try that one. I'd be blazing. I'd be like, oh, here's a bottle of that. Here, by the way, I fancy you, worker of the distillery. Do you know, there's an episode of, oh God, Still Game. There's an episode of Still Game. Tasmia, good morning to you. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Still Game, right? You should watch this. And it's Jack and Victor are all guys, right? And they decide they're going to go to this distillery, right? To get drunk because they were broke. They were broke, so they wanted to go there, and oh, Japanese. I've tried the rice wine. What do you call it? It's no ouzo. It's sake. I've had that. The Japanese gave me that when I got married. So Jack and Victor go to this distillery, right? Watch this as well. And they go round and they're getting a wee drama and all that, so they're a bit tipsy. And here they see another tour starting, so they think, right, that's it, I'm going to go on that tour. And they just keep skipping in and going round and round and round. And see, by the end, they're absolutely plastered like that in the distillery. But they end up, they find two girlfriends and they're drinking out the barrels and all that. So funny. Oh, Still Game's a great programme. Oh, it was so funny. Jack and Victor. Jenny, do you watch it as well? And good morning. That one is fantastic that they go to that distillery. I mean, they're all great, but I loved the distillery one. They heat sake up as well, Sky. They heat sake up so it goes into your bloodstream faster. My Japanese friends taught me that. Ohira-san, Mimi-san, Asai-san, and Joji-san. And I was Linda-san. They gave me respect. They gave all the women respect and called us san. And that's meant to be like used for like the men and stuff like that. But they were giving us equal. This was back in 1991. You've got to realise, do you know what I mean? Equal. Where in Japan, some places in Japan, they still didn't give women equal rights and stuff like that. But they were told when they come over here to treat us equal. So I was called Linda-san. Domo arigato gozaimasu and doi dashimashite. And wachami nonamai wa Linda desu. That's right. They steal a bottle. There was it was a famous Hollywood actor's bottle, right, that they had, and Jack and Victor ended up stealing it. It's great. It's brilliant. Oh, it's just great. And they were going. This has been brewed. And he's going in the heather. Oh, Still Game's brilliant. See if you've got Netflix and it's on it. You should watch it. Again, it's just like normal Scottish life, but we find it funny because a lot of programmes they don't show you the real Scotland. They will show you Edinburgh Castle and Stirling Castle and people doing some Highland flings and some pipers piping the bagpipes and stuff like that. They don't show you the real people. So they should see when we see it on the telly, we're like, oh my god, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. It's like the comedians Billy Connolly and Kevin Bridges. They're the two best comedians Scotland's ever had. And they just keep it real the way things are real. That's how it's so funny. Because they tell you things that you've done a million times and stuff like that, and you think, God, I've never thought it'd been funny like that. The one that with Kevin Bridges I like is the Old Firm match. This is quite fitting because yesterday was the Old Firm match. Yes. And he says that there was a man that came up for England, right? And he was like, here I am at Ibrox on Old Firm Day. And he's going, Celtic are the Catholics and Rangers are the Protestants. He says, and I'm not frightened to say I'm shaking. Right? And he says, there's a guy walking behind him with a roll and a cup of tea, and he goes, "Come on, the Rangers," and he goes, "Oh, it's kicked off now. It's kicked off." On a Sunday afternoon. Or a Sunday morning at 10 or something. He's going, I'm not frightened to say I'm shaking. See, there's a lot of distilleries about. There's a lot. In fact, when I was going over to Orlando, there was a man that was from the USA, and I don't know how much this bottle of whiskey must have cost, but it was in a cabinet, right? It was in a wooden cabinet, this bloody thing, and he was going. It was hand luggage. He must have just bought it in the duty free. I was looking at it thinking, God, that must have been quite a few £100 that. He was showing somebody it, so he was proud of this bottle of whiskey, and I thought, God. Me too, golfer girl. The only time I've ever really enjoyed a whiskey is like an Irish coffee. You know, if you put it in an Irish coffee, it reminds me of Christmas Eve. But I couldn't do it. And see with my Russian flavouring, I can't see when I do my drinks, I can't taste the Russian flavouring. All I can taste is the juice. That's the way I like it. You see, because I don't like the hotness. Some people, that's what they like. They like the hot feeling going down them. I prefer just to drink it like with my lilt. Oh, Michelle, you should definitely see that. Look, see for YouTube, people would love that if you went in and had a wee. Saying that they probably wouldn't want you taking videos because they're very secretive, aren't they? They're very secretive, distilleries and stuff like that about what they're using in their whiskey. My wee pal Rosie that stays in Santa Rosa in California, she's got a still, is it called? She makes hooch. And she makes the best hooch. Do you want to see this thing that she's got in her room? Hooch. Absolutely, I would knock your head off. Let's go, Sky. That's what see once after Dracula's castle, right? We're all going to the distillery. Right, we'll all go to the distillery and get hammered. We'll wait till Pip has the baby first so Pip can join us. Pip and Amanda. Come on, you deserve it. You deserve a wee trip in the distillery. Right, guys, I'm going to go then. I've got this now. I'm trying to keep my mind off this bloody nurse's appointment, but let me just say again, ladies, it's very important to also get your smear test done every 3 years. Mammograms and things like that, bowel screening, do it all, get yourself checked, your health's very important, and it's dead easy to get done. I mean, it's going to be uncomfortable for me, but I'll just sing a wee song in my brain, and by the time I finish the song, I'll sing Miss Mop, that's the song I like to sing. By the time I sing that, then it'll all be over and done with. Oh God, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be a granny tomorrow or today. I mean, you don't know, she could go in the way and just fall out. So I love you all very much. Thank you so much for spending time with me this morning. I really do appreciate you coming in and spending this time with me. And I'll be back tomorrow, Friday tomorrow, and then it's a day closer to Saturday, isn't it? So I'm going to give you all a big kiss now, and I love you very much. Bye, everyone.